Really driving home for Christmas, a sleep story. Welcome to Sleep Story. Imagine this: the crisp winter air, the gentle hum of your car engine, and the twinkling lights of a small town coming into view. The road ahead is clear, and all that matters is the journey home. Welcome to tonight's Sleep Story, driving home for Christmas. As we begin, allow yourself to settle in, to relax, and to let go of the day's worries. It's time to take a peaceful ride through a world filled with warmth, joy, and the magic of the holiday season. The road stretches out in front of you, a quiet path lined with snow-covered trees. It's the perfect winter evening just before dusk, when the sky is painted in hues of deep blue and soft purple. You can feel the weight of the season's stillness around you. The world outside is hushed, save for the occasional sound of tires gently crunching over snow. As you drive, you think back to the memories that make this time of year so special. The laughter of family gathered around a crackling fireplace, the sweet scent of pine filling the air. It's been a long year, and this trip feels like the ultimate reward: the anticipation of home, of familiar faces, and the comfort of being surrounded by love. Your car's headlights cut through the darkness, illuminating the road ahead. The world outside seems to slow down with each mile you pass, as though the universe itself is preparing for the celebration of Christmas. Every turn you make brings you closer to that place where all your thoughts and troubles fade away. As you drive through small towns adorned with Christmas lights, you see the soft glow of street lamps casting gentle shadows on the snow. The windows of the houses you pass are decorated with wreaths, candles, and strings of lights, creating a warm, inviting glow that makes you feel at home, even if you're still miles away from your destination. The music on the radio fades in and out, a soft, familiar carol that fills the air with the spirit of the season. You hum along, your heart light with joy, as the car moves steadily through the quiet countryside. The road is peaceful, and the world outside seems to wrap you in a quiet embrace. With each passing mile, you feel a sense of calm settle over you. The rhythmic motion of the car, the steady hum of the tires on the road, the quiet beauty of the snowy landscape, it all adds to the feeling of comfort, of being cradled by this time of year. You let out a gentle sigh, feeling the tension of the day slip away. Soon, the silhouette of a cozy home comes into view. The familiar driveway, the warm glow of the porch light shining like a beacon, welcomes you. You're home. The journey, though peaceful, has led you here to the place where love, joy, and the magic of Christmas reside. Conclusion. As you come to a gentle stop, you turn off the engine and sit for a moment, taking in the tranquility of the night. The world around you is still, and you're filled with a sense of peace and contentment. In this moment, everything is perfect. You've arrived. Now close your eyes and imagine yourself stepping out of the car, the soft crunch of snow underfoot, the familiar sounds of home surrounding you. You are here. You are safe, and all is well. Let the calm of this journey fill your heart as you drift off to sleep with the warmth of Christmas wrapping around you like a cozy blanket. The journey begins on a crisp winter evening where the road ahead is clear and the world feels like it's wrapped in a blanket of soft snow. The sky, painted in hues of deep blue and fading purple, stretches endlessly above you, and the air is cold, yet inviting. The kind of cold that nips at your cheeks but feels refreshing, like a reminder that you're alive and present in this moment. You can feel the steady rhythm of your car as it glides along the road, tires crunching lightly against the packed snow, the sound filling the space around you. The hum of the engine is almost meditative, and with each passing mile, the world outside grows quieter and more distant. It's the kind of journey that doesn't demand anything from you but your presence. In the distance, the faint outline of snow-covered trees stands like silent sentinels, their branches heavy with freshly fallen snow, bending gently under the weight. The road, though empty of other travelers, feels inviting, welcoming, as if it's leading you towards something greater, something familiar, something comforting. It's as if every turn, every bend, every stretch of road is filled with the anticipation of what's to come, the place where the journey ends, where warmth and love await. But for now, all you need to do is focus on the path ahead. The quiet of the night invites you to be present. to let go of the noise that may have filled your mind earlier in the day. As you drive, the landscape around you changes. The snow-covered fields on either side seem endless, their whiteness stretching out in every direction, blending with the pale sky above. It's a scene so tranquil that it almost feels surreal, as if the world is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. But nothing has to happen right now. There's no rush, no hurry. Just the steady motion of the car, the rhythmic turning of the wheels, and the calming sound of the engine gently pushing you forward through the night. The headlights of your car cut through the darkness, illuminating the path ahead. The light is soft, not harsh, casting long, gentle shadows that dance across the road and the trees beside it. It's almost as if the road is inviting you, urging you to follow, to keep moving forward. As you pass through small towns with streets lined by old houses decorated for the holidays, the warm glow of Christmas lights spills out from windows, spilling into the night like a beacon. Each house seems like a snapshot of what could be your own, a reflection of love, warmth, and family gathered around the hearth. You see wreaths on doors, strings of lights twinkling from trees, and candles glowing softly in the windows, creating a feeling of peace and security, a sense that everything is as it should be. The world outside feels distant, yet somehow more connected than ever. The snowflakes, light and fluffy, continue to fall softly, blanketing everything in their soft embrace. The trees stand in stillness, their branches etched in white against the dark sky. It's a quiet kind of beauty that fills you with a sense of peace, a sense of being exactly where you need to be. There's no rushing here. The road is empty, the night silent, and all you hear is the gentle hum of your car. It's as if time itself has slowed down just for you. The radio plays softly in the background, a familiar holiday tune blending with the peaceful atmosphere. The music feels like a comforting companion, reminding you of the joys and warmth of this time of year. The soft melodies wrap around you like a warm blanket, further easing your mind and heart. The lyrics, though distant, seem to echo in the silence of the car, filling the space with a sense of calm and familiarity. You find yourself humming along, the song familiar, comforting, grounding you in this moment, reminding you that you're not alone on this journey. As you continue along the road, the headlights illuminate the path ahead, casting long shadows that stretch across the snow-covered ground. You pass small farms and fields, their barns and houses nestled quietly against the landscape. Everything feels peaceful, untouched, as if time has stood still in this quiet world. The road twists and turns, leading you through forests and valleys, each turn offering a new view of the winter wonderland that surrounds you. The world outside feels soft, as though it has been gently muffled by the snow, and the only sound you hear is the whisper of the wind against the trees, the soft crunch of your tires on the snow, and the steady hum of the engine. The further you travel, the more you feel yourself unwinding, letting go of the stresses and tensions of the day. The rhythmic motion of the car, the smoothness of the ride, all contribute to a sense of calm that deepens with every mile. There's no need to rush. There's no pressure. Everything is as it should be. The world outside seems to be moving at its own pace, in sync with the steady flow of your journey, as if everything is in perfect harmony. Each mile brings you closer to where you need to be, but for now, the journey itself is enough. The glow of distant streetlights begins to appear as you near the outskirts of the town you're headed to. Their soft golden hue casts a welcoming light against the snow-covered ground, a signal that you're almost there. The trees along the road stand tall and silent, their branches heavy with snow, the world around them still and peaceful. There's a sense of anticipation, a sense of arrival as the town begins to take shape in front of you. As you approach the familiar streets, the excitement of home fills your heart. The sight of the small, cozy houses with their windows aglow with the warm light of Christmas fills you with joy. It's the kind of place where everyone knows each other, where the holidays are celebrated with warmth and cheer. The streets are lined with decorations, the air filled with the sweet scent of pine and cinnamon, and the sound of laughter and joy echoing from the homes that line the road. This is where you belong, where your heart feels at ease. But for now, the journey is not yet over. The final stretch of road ahead is lit by streetlights, their glow casting a soft, golden light on the snow-covered ground. The quiet streets stretch out in front of you, the anticipation of arrival growing stronger with each passing second. The final turn approaches, and with it, the comforting thought that soon you will be home. You can almost feel the warmth of the house waiting for you, the fire crackling in the hearth, the smell of gingerbread cookies baking in the oven, the laughter of loved ones filling the air. You're almost there. But for now, just enjoy this moment, this peaceful journey. The world around you is quiet, still, and full of beauty, and you are exactly where you need to be. The rhythmic sound of the tires on the road continues to lull you into a deeper state of relaxation. The steady hum of the engine becoming a soothing background to the peaceful winter scene unfolding outside your window. The journey feels endless in the best way possible, a gentle glide through a world filled with winter's quiet beauty, leading you ever closer to the warmth and comfort of home. With each passing mile, the distance between you and your destination shortens, but the tranquility of the journey never fades. It remains with you, wrapped around you like a comforting embrace, filling you with a sense of peace and contentment. You can feel yourself letting go, each breath deeper, each moment more relaxed, until you reach the place where all that matters is the warmth of home, the joy of the season, and the peace of a journey well taken. As you drive through the soft glow of the evening, the road ahead seems almost like a memory itself, a thread connecting the past to the present. It's a journey that feels timeless, one that calls to mind countless moments of laughter, togetherness, and the warmth of shared experiences. The nostalgia of the season wraps itself around you, and with each passing mile, memories from Christmases gone by begin to surface, as if the road itself is a passage back in time. You think of the holiday meals that once filled your home, the sweet scent of cinnamon and pine, and the laughter of family gathered around the tree. The scent of freshly baked cookies would linger in the air, as would the sound of holiday songs softly playing in the background, weaving a familiar tune of comfort and joy. It was a time when the world seemed simpler, when the excitement of the season felt like a promise, a special secret shared only between those who held the holiday close to their hearts. The memories that begin to surface are not just from the past year, but from every Christmas that came before it. You remember the small details, the way the tree lights flickered in the quiet of the night, the joy of unwrapping presents with eager hands, and the satisfaction of giving gifts that were chosen with love. There was the smell of pine that filled the house when the tree was first brought inside, its fresh, earthy scent filling every room. The anticipation of Christmas Eve dinners that brought everyone together. The kitchen alive with the sounds of family preparing, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. The voices of your loved ones, both young and old, calling out across the kitchen, sharing stories and passing plates laden with food. The table would be filled with familiar favorites, roast turkey, mashed potatoes, and gravy. But it wasn't just the food that made the meal special. It was the feeling of being together, of sharing in a tradition that had been passed down for generations. As you drive, these memories take on new life, as if the road itself is a bridge to that warmth, that closeness, and you can almost hear the laughter of the people who once sat around that table. The faces of your family members, their smiles and expressions of joy, all seem to be right there with you, filling the car with a sense of presence, even though they are far away. The holidays are a time when those who have passed on live in the stories told by those still here, their voices and laughter echoing through the years like familiar songs. You can almost feel their presence, as if they are sitting next to you, sharing in the joy of this journey back home, reminding you of the preciousness of family and the timeless nature of tradition. In the quiet hum of your car, you hear the soft echoes of your childhood Christmases. The sound of your younger self waking up early on Christmas morning. The thrill of knowing that the day was finally here. The way your heart raced as you tiptoed down the stairs to see the tree, eyes wide with wonder as the twinkling lights and carefully wrapped presents filled your view. You remember the excitement of your parents' faces as they watched you unwrap your gifts, the joy in their eyes as you showed them the treasures you had received, and the laughter that followed as you shared those moments together. You remember the warmth of those days, the feeling of being loved and cherished, wrapped in the comfort of family traditions. Driving through the snowy streets, the world outside feels like a reflection of these memories, a quiet, peaceful place where the past and present coexist in harmony. The streets are lined with houses, each one adorned with lights, wreaths, and decorations, and the sight is both familiar and new. It's like seeing a family photo album come to life, the pages turning with each block you pass. Every house you drive by is a snapshot of someone else's holiday, someone else's traditions, and yet, in some way, they all share a common thread with your own. The joy of the season is universal, passed down through generations, shared across time and space, a feeling that never fades. The lights on the houses flicker softly in the distance, casting a warm, welcoming glow on the snow-covered lawns. The glow is soft but persistent, just like the way the holiday season stays with you, year after year, no matter where you go. It's in the way you remember your childhood home, the way it always smelled of freshly baked cookies, the way the tree stood proudly in the corner of the living room, adorned with ornaments that had been passed down for years. It's in the way your family would gather together to sing carols, to share stories, and to exchange gifts that carried meaning far beyond their material value. The gifts were not just things, they were symbols of love, thoughtfulness, and the bond that tied everyone together. The memories come rushing back, one after another, like a series of snapshots, each one evoking a sense of joy, comfort, and belonging. You remember the sound of carols sung around the piano, the warmth of hot cocoa in your hands, and the quiet conversations that stretched late into the night. The holidays were a time when the world seemed to slow down, when the hustle and bustle of everyday life paused, and the focus shifted to the people you loved and the memories you were creating together. The simple things became the most meaningful, the soft glow of the Christmas tree, the laughter of children playing, and the warmth of a hug from someone you cared about. The road ahead seems to stretch on forever, but it's not just a physical journey you're on, it's an emotional one as well. Each mile takes you closer, not just to your destination, but to the heart of what this season represents. The love, the joy, and the sense of connection that come from being together with those who matter most. As you drive, you realize that the journey itself is part of the celebration. Every turn, every stretch of road is a reminder of the people who have shaped your life and the memories you've created with them. It's impossible not to think of the people who are no longer with you, the ones whose faces now live only in the stories told around the table, the ones who left their mark on your life and the holiday traditions you carry with you. You feel their absence in a way that is both sad and comforting. It's a bittersweet reminder that love transcends time, that the bonds you share with those who are gone are never truly broken. Their presence is still felt in every Christmas decoration, in every song sung, in every gift given, and in the warmth of the season that continues to fill your heart. The road leads you closer to home, and with it, the anticipation of reuniting with family, of revisiting those traditions, and of creating new memories to add to the collection of stories you will one day share with others. You are part of something much bigger than yourself, a tradition that has been passed down through generations. And as you drive through the quiet streets, the magic of the holiday season surrounds you, reminding you of the timeless nature of love, family, and the joy of coming home. It's a reminder that no matter where life takes you, the memories of Christmas and the warmth they bring will always be with you, carried in your heart and shared with those you love. The calmness of the atmosphere settles in like a soft embrace, as though the very air around you is intentionally soothing, designed to quiet the noise of the world and allow your mind to rest. There is something about this time of day when the sun begins to set and the world softens into twilight that brings a sense of peace. The hustle and bustle of the day seem to fade away, like distant echoes of a time now past. As you breathe deeply, the air fills your lungs with coolness, and you can almost feel the tension from the day melt away, replaced by a gentle stillness that calms the spirit. It is a peace that can be felt not just around you, but also within you, like a ripple of tranquility that flows from the outside world into the very core of your being. The quietude is palpable, almost tangible, as if it envelops you in a blanket of comfort and security. There's a serenity that comes with this kind of atmosphere, an unspoken promise that nothing is rushing, nothing is pressing, nothing is demanding your attention. The world, for a moment, is perfectly content to allow you to exist without expectation, without urgency. It is in these moments where time seems to slow that we are reminded of the inherent stillness that exists in the universe, a stillness that we often overlook in the chaos of daily life. As you sit in this calm atmosphere, you become acutely aware of the subtle sounds around you. The soft rustling of leaves in the trees, the gentle hum of distant traffic that fades into the background, and the occasional chirp of a bird settling into its evening rest, all these sounds blend together into a symphony of peace, a natural melody that guides you into a deeper sense of relaxation. The sounds are not intrusive, they do not demand attention. Rather, they exist as part of the landscape, like whispers of nature that remind you of the simplicity and balance of the world. It's easy to get lost in these quiet moments, to allow yourself to be absorbed by the environment around you. The stillness invites you to let go of all the worries, the deadlines, and the stresses that weigh on your mind, even if just for a short while. There's no need to rush, no need to accomplish anything in this space. It is a time for being, for simply existing in harmony with the world around you. The pressures of life can seem so far away in these moments of serenity, as though the very concept of stress is something foreign and distant. Here in this atmosphere, you are reminded that there is beauty in stillness, peace, and simplicity. The gentle hues of twilight deepen, casting a soft glow over the landscape. The sky, once bright and bustling with the colors of the day, now begins to settle into shades of lavender and navy blue, creating a canvas that invites you to relax your mind. The fading light of the day brings with it a quiet beauty that doesn't demand your attention, but rather offers it gently, like a gift. As the last rays of sunlight dip below the horizon, the first stars begin to appear, flickering in the distance like tiny beacons of calm. It's a subtle reminder that even in the darkest of moments, there is always light, soft and steady, ready to guide you through the night. This atmosphere of calm is not just about the external environment, it seeps into your internal world as well. Your thoughts slow down, become less urgent, less cluttered with the noise of the day. The mind, often a whirlpool of activity, becomes still, as though it has been gently cradled and invited to rest. In this peaceful state, the mind is no longer trying to solve problems, chase after goals, or anticipate the future. It is free to simply be, to exist in the present moment without judgment or expectation. It's a rare and precious feeling in today's world, where the mind is constantly bombarded with demands for attention, for action, for thinking. As you sit in this stillness, you notice how the world around you seems to exhale as well. The trees, once bustling with the energy of the day, now stand quiet, their leaves gently swaying in the breeze as if they too are relaxing into the evening. The ground beneath you, solid and dependable, offers a sense of grounding, like the earth itself is giving you permission to let go of the day's worries. The air is fresh with just a hint of crispness that carries the scent of the outdoors, clean, untainted, and pure. Every breath you take fills you with a sense of clarity, as though you are inhaling not just oxygen, but peace itself. In this calm atmosphere, your body begins to respond as well. The muscles that have been tense from the demands of the day begin to relax, one by one, as though the environment is gently coaxing them to unwind. The weight of the world seems to lift, and you feel lighter, as though the very air is designed to alleviate the burdens that you carry. Your heartbeat slows, your breathing becomes deeper, and your body settles into a state of peace that mirrors the environment around you. It's amazing how such a simple atmosphere can have such a profound effect. There's nothing extraordinary about the scene around you, no grand event, no impressive spectacle. And yet, in its simplicity, it holds the power to soothe, to heal, and to restore. It's as though the very essence of nature, in its quiet beauty, invites you to reconnect with something deeper within yourself. It reminds you that, despite the noise and chaos of the world, there is always a place for stillness, a place where you can find peace simply by being present in the moment. This calm atmosphere also has the power to bring clarity. In the absence of noise, both external and internal, the mind becomes clear, free from distractions. It is in these moments of quiet that we often find the answers we seek, not because we are actively searching, but because the mind is open and receptive. The absence of pressure allows us to tune into the subtle wisdom that resides within us, waiting for the space to emerge. The stillness of the moment offers a chance for reflection, for insight, and for understanding. And as the world outside continues to settle into its nighttime rhythm, you too find yourself grounded, centered, and more attuned to the present moment than ever before. As the stars continue to twinkle in the sky, you realize that this atmosphere is not something that needs to be sought after or created. It is always there, waiting for you to tap into it. It is in the quiet moments between breaths, in the pauses between thoughts, in the spaces between the noise of daily life. This calm atmosphere exists in every moment, even when the world feels chaotic. It is simply a matter of tuning into it, of allowing yourself the time and space to let go of the distractions and be present in the peace that is always available. This peace is not about escaping from the world, it is about finding the ability to exist within it, to navigate its complexities with a sense of calm and clarity. It is not about removing all challenges or obstacles, it is about facing them from a place of inner stillness, where you can respond to them with grace and composure. In this peaceful atmosphere, you are reminded that peace is not something external that can be found, it is something that resides within you, waiting to be acknowledged, cultivated, and embraced. As you continue to breathe in the calming atmosphere around you, you realize that you don't need to search for peace elsewhere. It is here, in the present moment, in the quiet of your surroundings, in the stillness of your mind and body. All you need to do is let go of the need for control, for urgency, and simply allow yourself to be present, to exist within the peace that is always available to you. And in doing so, you create a sense of harmony that will carry you through not only this moment, but every moment that follows. Emotional connection is one of the most profound and transformative aspects of human existence. It transcends mere interaction and instead delves into the heart of what it means to truly connect with another person. This connection is not bound by words or actions alone, but by the deeper, more intimate understanding of one another's experiences, fears, desires, and vulnerabilities. It is a thread that ties us together, linking our inner worlds in ways that words often fail to capture. It is through emotional connection that we are able to feel seen, heard, and understood in a world that can sometimes seem indifferent or distant. On its core, emotional connection is about vulnerability. It's about allowing ourselves to be seen for who we truly are, without masks, without pretenses. In this space of openness, we offer our true selves to others, not for approval or validation, but simply as an act of being human. In return, we often find that others do the same, and what follows is a shared space of understanding and empathy. It is within this sacred exchange that the deepest bonds are formed, for it is in our vulnerability that we discover the truth of our humanity, and it is through this truth that we connect. The power of emotional connection lies in its ability to bridge the gaps that divide us. Whether through shared experiences or the simple act of listening with empathy, emotional connection allows us to see beyond differences, to transcend barriers that might otherwise keep us apart. It creates a sense of belonging, a feeling that despite our individual journeys, we are all part of something larger. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles, our triumphs, our triumphs, or our dreams. In these moments of connection, we realize that what unites us far outweighs what separates us. When we form an emotional connection with another person, it creates a bond that goes beyond the superficial. It's not just about liking the same movies or sharing similar hobbies. It's about a deep understanding of one another's inner worlds. We see the pain in each other's eyes, the joy in each other's laughter, and the unspoken hopes that reside just beneath the surface. It's this ability to connect on such a deep level that allows us to support one another through life's challenges, to celebrate one another's successes, and to offer solace in times of sorrow. In romantic relationships, emotional connection is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Love, in its truest form, is not just about physical attraction or shared interests, but about a deep emotional bond that allows two people to grow together, to support each other through thick and thin, and to truly understand one another's needs and desires. It is the glue that holds relationships together during the difficult times and the force that propels them forward during the good times. Without emotional connection, even the most passionate relationships can feel empty and unfulfilling, for it is through this connection that we find a sense of purpose and belonging within each other's lives. In friendships, emotional connection is equally important, though it may take on a different form. While romantic relationships are often centered around shared dreams and future plans, friendships are often based on mutual support, understanding, and shared experiences. A true friendship is built on the foundation of emotional connection, where two people can be themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. It's in these friendships that we find a safe space to express our true selves, to share our deepest fears and wildest dreams, and to receive unconditional love and support in return. These connections are often the ones that withstand the test of time, for they are rooted in a depth of understanding and care that transcends the superficialities of daily life. Emotional connection also plays a significant role in the way we relate to ourselves. It is often in our quietest moments, when we are alone with our thoughts, that we come to understand the depth of our own emotions. We learn to recognize and honor our feelings, to embrace the full range of human experience, from joy to sorrow, fear to hope. This connection to ourselves allows us to show up more fully in our relationships with others, for when we understand and accept our own emotions, we are better able to understand and accept the emotions of those around us. It fosters compassion, both for ourselves and for others, and encourages us to approach life with an open heart. The importance of emotional connection is also evident in the way it impacts our mental and physical well-being. Studies have shown that people who have strong emotional connections with others tend to experience less stress, lower rates of depression, and better overall health. This is because emotional connection provides a sense of security, a sense of being cared for and supported. When we feel connected to others, we are less likely to feel isolated or disconnected, both of which can have detrimental effects on our mental and physical health. The act of connecting with others, whether through a simple conversation or a deep, meaningful exchange, triggers the release of oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of happiness and reduces stress. In this way, emotional connection becomes not just a psychological need, but a physical one as well. However, emotional connection is not something that can be forced. It is not something that can be manufactured through superficial means. True emotional connection takes time, patience, and vulnerability. It requires a willingness to open up, to show up fully and authentically, even when it feels uncomfortable or risky. It requires us to be present, to listen deeply, and to offer our support without expectation of anything in return. In this way, emotional connection is not a transaction, but a gift, one that we give to others and to ourselves. In a world that often values productivity, success, and achievement above all else, emotional connection is sometimes overlooked or undervalued. We may be quick to prioritize tasks, deadlines, and external accomplishments, but it is in the moments of connection with others that we truly find meaning and fulfillment. These connections are the things that sustain us through the tough times, that lift us up when we feel down, and that remind us of what truly matters in life. It is in these moments that we remember that we are not defined by our achievements, but by the love and connection we share with others. In this digital age, where technology has made it easier than ever to communicate with others, there is a risk that we may become disconnected from the true essence of emotional connection. Social media, text messages, and emails can create the illusion of connection, but they often lack the depth and authenticity that true emotional connection requires. It is easy to fall into the trap of superficial interactions, or scrolling through posts and liking photos, but these interactions often fail to satisfy our deeper emotional needs. True emotional connection requires presence, vulnerability, and a willingness to be seen for who we truly are. It is in face-to-face conversations and shared experiences, and in moments of quiet understanding, that we truly connect with others. Despite the challenges of maintaining emotional connection in a world that is increasingly fast-paced and disconnected, it is important to remember that these connections are worth the effort. They are the threads that bind us together, the foundation upon which we build meaningful relationships, and the source of our deepest fulfillment. They remind us that, in the end, it is not what we accomplish or accumulate in life that matters most, but the connections we make along the way. The emotional connections we form with others are what give life meaning, and it is through these connections that we truly come to understand the depth and beauty of our shared human experience. There is a profound sense of peace and comfort that arises when we finally reach a place where we feel truly at home, where the stress of the journey melts away, and we can fully embrace the safety and serenity that comes with arrival. It is a feeling of arriving not only at a physical destination, but also at an emotional and psychological space that nurtures us. This sense of arrival and comfort is a deeply ingrained human experience, one that has been cultivated over centuries of seeking refuge, rest, and a place of belonging. Whether it's the return to a family home, the comfort of a favorite chair after a long day, or the gentle embrace of a loved one, the sense of arrival provides us with a reassurance that we are safe, valued, and at peace. The human experience is one that is constantly in motion. We spend much of our lives on the move, traveling from one place to another, chasing goals, ambitions, and dreams. In the midst of these pursuits, the concept of arrival becomes not just about reaching a destination, but about finding the moments of respite and restoration that are necessary for our well-being. The idea of home extends beyond the walls of a physical structure. It encompasses the emotional, psychological, and spiritual spaces where we can feel whole, complete, and comfortable. When we finally arrive at such a place, there is an undeniable shift in energy, a sense of relief that floods over us as we realize we are no longer in motion, no longer striving, but instead settled, grounded, and at peace. The comfort that comes with arrival is not just about being physically present in a place, but about the deep satisfaction that arises from being fully aligned with where we are. It's about having the permission to relax, to let go of the burdens we have been carrying, and to surrender to the present moment. There's a unique quality to the feeling of being home, of entering a space where everything feels right, where we can take a breath and rest our weary souls. It's in these moments that we often find ourselves recharged, refocused, and re-energized as the pressures of life fade into the background and we are able to reconnect with our true selves. The sense of arrival and comfort is something that is felt on a deeper level when we are in the presence of those we love. A warm embrace, the sound of a familiar voice, the sight of loved ones waiting for us, these things create an emotional environment that provides us with a profound sense of comfort. Love and connection have a unique power to create a sanctuary where we can feel truly safe, understood, and cherished. When we arrive at a place where love resides, we are welcomed with open arms, and the weight of the world seems to lift off our shoulders. In the presence of those who care for us, we find the emotional nourishment that our hearts need to heal and grow. It is in these moments of connection that we realize that comfort is not just about physical warmth or security, but about the emotional refuge that comes from feeling truly known and accepted. There is something deeply comforting about familiarity. It is in the known and the recognizable that we find stability and security. Whether it's the smell of a childhood home, the sound of familiar footsteps, or the taste of a favorite meal, the sensory experiences tied to arrival evoke a sense of warmth and assurance. Familiarity grounds us, reminding us that we are not lost, that we are not wandering, but that we have a place in this world where we belong. It is in these moments that we can exhale, knowing that we are held by the embrace of a world that understands us, that nurtures us, and that celebrates our presence. However, the sense of arrival and comfort is not just about the external circumstances. It is also about the internal journey, the way we cultivate peace within ourselves. The sense of arrival comes when we find a place within our own hearts where we can be still, where we can embrace our imperfections and accept ourselves fully. It is when we stop running, stop striving, and allow ourselves the grace to simply be. The comfort that comes from this inner peace is transformative. It shifts the way we experience the world and others. When we arrive at a place of self-acceptance, we are no longer burdened by the weight of self-criticism or doubt. Instead, we find freedom in the present moment, allowing us to experience life with a sense of ease and contentment. This internal sense of arrival becomes the foundation upon which we can build deeper connections with others. For when we are at peace with ourselves, we are better able to offer that same peace to those around us. The act of arriving is also intertwined with the idea of fulfillment. We live much of our lives in anticipation, in the hope that once we reach our goals or complete our task, we will find the satisfaction we seek. The sense of arrival is the moment when that anticipation is finally realized, when the effort, the struggle, and the waiting give way to the peace and contentment of having arrived. It is the culmination of a journey, the moment when all the hard work and sacrifice pay off and we can rest in the knowledge that we have reached our destination. This sense of fulfillment is not always about reaching a specific end goal, but rather about the acknowledgement that the journey itself has brought us to a place of understanding, growth, and realization. The sense of comfort that follows arrival is a recognition that we are exactly where we are meant to be, that everything that led us to this point has shaped us in ways that are meaningful and valuable. There is also a deep sense of gratitude that comes with arrival. It is in moments of arrival that we often reflect on how far we've come, how much we've grown, and how much we've learned. Arrival becomes a moment of appreciation for the journey, the trials, the triumphs, the detours, and the lessons that have shaped our path. In these moments, we are reminded that comfort does not just come from reaching a destination, but from the awareness of the effort and the experiences that have brought us to where we are. The sense of arrival and comfort becomes a celebration of our resilience, our perseverance, and our ability to navigate the challenges of life with grace and determination. The beauty of arrival lies not just in the arrival itself, but in the moments of rest and renewal that it provides. When we arrive at a place of comfort, we are given the opportunity to rest, to reflect, and to replenish ourselves for the next part of the journey. Comfort is not about stagnation or complacency, but about the necessary pauses that allow us to regain our strength and clarity. Just as a traveler must stop to rest before continuing on their journey, so too must we take time to rest in the spaces that bring us comfort. In these moments of stillness, we are able to process our experiences, to heal our wounds, and to prepare ourselves for what lies ahead. Ultimately, the sense of arrival and comfort is about finding peace, both externally and internally. It is about creating spaces both within and around us where we can find solace and renewal. It is about recognizing that arrival is not just a physical destination, but a state of being, a place where we can be fully present, fully ourselves, and fully at peace. Whether it's the embrace of loved ones, the peace of solitude, or the familiarity of a well-known place, the sense of arrival offers us the gift of comfort, rest, and rejuvenation. It reminds us that we are enough, that we belong, and that no matter how far we may travel, there is always a place of peace waiting for us, ready to embrace us with open arms.